And so it is with great pleasure that I say hello to a man who I wasn't sure at one point if I would ever talk to again, whether on this show or in private. Our old friend Darren Till. Is he in his car? You had to be in the car again, Darren. You couldn't do this from a proper location. Clearly this means more to me than it means to you.
No, it means a lot I'm in a limousine. Come on.
Oh, okay, nice. Why are you in a limousine? You're not driving.
No, it's not.
Or are you driving the limousine?
It's just
Are times so tough for you now that you're a limousine driver?
Times are tough, Ariel. You know me. As honest as always. I'm a limo driver.
No, what are you doing in a limo?
It's not. It's just a new car. It's just
okay. Oh, wow, look at you. Are you driving?
Model.
I hope you're not driving.
Yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Why do you have to be driving?
Why?
This is very unsafe.
No, I'm not driving while the interviews. I've stopped.
Okay, good. I didn't want you to do both.
No, I'm parked up outside. I'm actually in the city centre. I've just found a new place. I just want to shout it out. It's called Hibiki, a sushi place, pure, authentic Japanese food, absolutely phenomenal. So I've just this interview means a lot because I've just left me sushi mid eating.
I'm sorry.
Because I knew I was. No, don't worry. There's a few people there. They're okay. They're chatting.
Okay.
We got time.
Well, it's kind of surreal to see you on here, Darren, because I didn't know if this time would ever come, but it was really lovely to see you on Saturday night. And we don't have to get into the whole thing, but like this is a virtual hug for the people to see. We have shaked. No, are we not? We're not. I mean, I thought we were on good terms.
No, that's what I was about to say.
Okay.
Since we had our falling out, which as a man, you know, I am Ariel. I hold my hands up for. I acted out of line, and I shouldn't have because we were good friends. And but one thing's for sure, Ariel. We never took it out into the public. We kept it in house. I think I sent you like a shitty message one time. I was like, I think you remember.
Yes, I do.
The block asset guys are like, Till, that's not a very good apology.
Yes.
I was like, I know, but that's me. But, you know, I'm 30 now, Ariel, and how old are you?
41, believe it or not.
Okay, you're looking good.
Appreciate it.
So as I say, yeah, it's we don't have to divulge into things, but
No.
we used to have a lot of banter, and you 10-7'd me one day. I thought I need to go one further, but it was a little step far, and it's just good to be talking again, mate. It really is. So
it really is.
I'm happy to be back, and I'm sure everyone else is happy to have me back. I know a lot of people miss me on here.
Yes.
So yeah.
And I've missed you, most importantly. I mean, in the pandemic, we had some great time. We were kind of a light for some people. We had the shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we kept it going. We kept it going. The pandemic. I remember 1 week in the pandemic, I had over 1 billion impressions on Instagram just because of the shit we were doing. So
Wow.
it was good. It was good fun.
I remember one time we were watching a UFC event, and I think we went on Twitter Space or something, and you were on the toilet, and we stayed on for like 3.5 hours. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Those were good times.
Wow. I remember that. That was good. They were good times. But there's more good times ahead.
Okay.
I knew Saturday that we couldn't resist each other, so it's good.
It was meant to be. It was the best part of Saturday night for me, seeing you there. And so let us start there. I've seen some of your tweets, but if I could ask, what did you make of the event on Saturday? You were at the Misfits event in Manchester. What did you make of it?
I thought the production values were as good as the UFC. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. They gave. So me and my girlfriend actually attended an event about 4 months ago. It was Coldplay in where did we go? Manchester, yeah. And they give you like wristbands before you go in, and these wristbands like glow in the dark. So every time the lights go off, your wristbands glow. So when you've got an arena full of like 20,000, 30,000 people, it lights up. It's cool. It's a gimmick, but it's cool, and it's like. They had that. They had obviously the Lamborghinis and shit. Listen, the production was absolutely phenomenal. I was sat ringside there with Eddie, and I could see him sort of looking and being like, "Wow, I need to step my game up a little bit." So yeah, that side of things was good. The undercard, there was actually some terrific fights on there. There was a guy in pink shorts there. I'm sure you'll tell me his name. He was a small guy, absolutely phenomenal talent. I don't know his name, so I'll have to find that out. And the Sol Pappy versus the other guy, the tall
Slim,
guy,
yeah,
that was a great fight. So yeah, that's Slim. He's very impressive. He impresses me a lot. And then obviously,
So we get to
Do
the
I
co-main.
downvote?
Okay, so we get to the co-main, and it's Logan Paul versus Dillon Danis. Dillon representing BJJ/MMA to a degree, and he
He's
does
not. He's
no to a
He's not
degree.
representing him.
Okay, fine. I said to a
To a
degree.
degree.
What did you make
Okay.
of what he did out there, or
It
didn't
was
do?
everything I expected. It was everything I expected. I think he wanted to disqualify himself. Listen, no matter what you say, and no matter what Conor says, and no matter what he says, he can't box. He physically and mentally cannot box. Jiu-jitsu, yeah. I mean, I don't know in terms of one of the greats how good he actually is. Like I'm like the biggest super fan ever of Gordon Ryan. He was there the weekend, and I know him and Dillon have got like a beef. I don't know what it's about. I don't really care. But in terms of how good Dillon actually is in the jiu-jitsu world, I'm unaware. I just know he is very good at jiu-jitsu. So obviously that side of things. Logan, on the other hand, can't box, got no power. He is a very athletic guy. Like he's big, he's strong. He does like the stuff he does in the WWE. No normal person can actually do that. So you have to give him credit for that side of things. But in terms of boxing and the art and knockouts and stuff like that, it was preposterous. And I say that word because I don't know. I think I've used every other word, so I want to sound a little bit intellectual now in my 30s. It was disgusting to watch. It really was.
Do you blame Dillon for that, or do you blame both of them? Like the disgust, is it because Dillon didn't do anything, or is it also because you were not impressed with Logan at all?
Well, Dillon didn't do anything. And Logan couldn't actually do anything to Dillon. Like, he just hasn't got the power. Like, Jake Paul, even though I still don't think he's as good as what he thinks he is, but Jake Paul has actually got power. Like, if you put your hands down and Jake catches you with a right hand, he will knock you out. He can actually punch and dedicates a lot of time and effort to the sport. Logan, on the other hand, is just not that guy. And so I know he was fighting for the honor of his girlfriend and all that shit. I don't really look at. I mean, you know, it was sort of crazy the events leading up to it, but it was just preposterous.
Okay, you watched that. Do you say I can do better than those guys? And I'm not getting to the main event just yet. Okay, I don't know. I've not seen you box. I've seen you fight, but I've not seen you like do traditional Queensberry rules boxing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to say it without people saying stuff or you not. Like, I've been in the gym now 8 months, haven't took a day off. I'm in there with the pro guys, like, you'll know them: Liam Smith, Callum Smith, Josh Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
I can fucking box like fuck, mate. I really can. And I'm big and I'm strong at the moment and I'm fit. I've got a lot of power. So I don't even look at these guys like a challenge. I just look at these guys as a way to make a lot of money. I know that sounds a bit whatever, but while I'm out the UFC now, I do just want to make a lot of money. I want to set a good future up for my 4 kids. And so, yeah, I don't know. They're just not a challenge for me. With all due respect, Ariel, and God love him, I said it. I love his family. I love Tyson. I don't even think Tommy's a threat. He sparred actually a couple of the guys in my gym, and I don't know.
Okay, so now we get to the main event. That was a bizarre one as well, and I actually thought it was harder to watch the main event than it was the co-main, as crazy as that may sound. What did you make of their performances? Let's start with Tommy.
I'm trying to find another intellectual word, but I don't know so many. Scandalous. It just wasn't any good, Ariel. The co-main and main event, he just was not any good. He just was no good. Tommy did the same thing, and I do like Tommy. I do like him a lot. I mean, my good old friend Brendan said they were out a few months ago, and Tommy was asking him questions like, I like Darren and stuff like that, because Brendan told Tommy that we stayed up for the Jake Paul fight and that I was rooting for him, which I was, but just for 7 rounds here, he just did the same thing. It's like his brain just didn't know what to do. Like, he'd run in with the right hand, KSI would duck, he would hug, and he didn't even know how to box on the inside, and it was just that for 7 rounds. Like, I'm not even going to really hate on KSI. Like, we all just expected Tommy to knock him out, and Tommy couldn't. I don't think he's got any power, which I've spoke about with the guys in the gym. And 2, honestly, I just don't think he's cut out for this shit. I don't. I think, listen, the Furies are the Furies. Tyson Fury will go down as one of the best heavyweights of all time. I fucking got so much time and respect for Tyson. The dad, I don't know him so much. I know he likes the shoutings, but I'd love to have seen the corner work from the dad. What were they telling Tommy to do for 7 rounds? Because
6, by the way.
just wasn't any good. 6, sorry, earlier. I keep saying 7 because I've seen 7. Maybe that was the booze. I don't know. I don't know.
But so I got a lot of shit, Darren, because I was on the broadcast and they said I was being too hard on Tommy, and but you just kind of backed up what I was saying. Like, I held Tommy to a higher standard because he's the pro boxer.
Yeah.
KSI's the rapper
yeah.
coming in there. So he's doing the MVP thing.
Yeah.
He's dancing. I'm like, all right, fine. But like, Tommy should know how to figure that out, no?
That's the thing. I obviously, MVP's been around for a long time now, and he's got that style. We sort of have a similar style. Mine's not so much jumpy.
Right.
But that's MVP style. He's mastered that to an extent. He does it well in MMA. KSI just isn't that guy. So that's the first critique. But then I'm the same as you. Like I did. Tommy sparred some brilliant boxers in our gym who I sparred along with, and it's like you do sort of hold them to that little bit of a higher standard. And it's like all the things that KSI and Logan that say before these fights, like real fighters, real people just don't buy into that. Like the normal fan will be like, wow, this KSI is saying a lot of shit. But we just look and go, yeah, okay. But Tommy, you know, he's been around that all his life. I mean, I don't know, Ariel, and all the shouting and screaming after it, and you know.
That's the other thing, right? He said that
love him.
He said that if he wins a decision, it's a loss. That I will knock this guy out. That he can't shine my shoes. That he's a nobody. And then he wins by the skin of his teeth, and he's emotional, like he just won the heavyweight title. So like, what am I supposed to believe here? You know what I mean?
That's the thing, Ariel. Like, yeah, like KSI just isn't that guy. Tommy should, but this is the thing. We can't actually say it about Tommy because Tommy has got no knockout power whatsoever. Like, if you're on the boxing circuit, you know things. Like, he has got no knockout power. So it's like, he just probably couldn't knock KSI out anyway. And it was just, KSI survived him. And now Tommy's saying he wants to go. Listen, I'm not hating. He's made a lot of money and he's come from, like, celebrity reality and stuff like that. And he's doing, you know, he's a good-looking guy, Ariel, and let's have it right. We'd all love to look a little bit like Tommy Fury, but I don't know. I don't think he's cut out for this fighting life. I think he's cut out for the fighting YouTubers. But now we should start treating Tommy as a YouTuber. I actually consider Jake a better boxer than Tommy, if I'm being honest at this point.
Even though Tommy beat him.
But again, Tommy should have knocked Jake out, but he couldn't. Did Jake knock Tommy down?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a 50-50 knockdown.
Yeah. By the way, who do you think won the main event?
What the fuck is this guy filming me?
He's filming you.
Oh, mate. Yeah, he was.
Who do you think won the main event?
Oh, man. KSI might just have got it with the point deduction.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But I thought it was 3-3.
As again, it was a 50-50 either or there. I don't know. It'd have just been happy if either, whichever. It wasn't one of them where it was like a robbery. So
no.
I know KSI was pissed off after it. Did you not see the community notes on Jake Paul as well?
Yeah, that was actually hilarious. Hilarious.
Oh, I swear.
I saw the community notes on Dillon's tweet too, where he said that, you know, he would knock out Jake if they fought and pay everyone who liked the tweet. And then the community notes was that he always says that he will pay people if they like the tweet, and he never actually does that. I thought that was pretty funny too.
I never ever got a community note, Ariel.
Good work.
Ever.
Good work. Why are you not in the UFC, Darren?
Are we going to jump into this?
Yes. I mean, we're not going to just have you sit here and talk about Misfits Boxing, for goodness sakes.
Of
I mean, I haven't talked to you in 2 years.
So, let's just jump straight into it. Right. And first, I want to talk about Paulo Costa.
Oh, okay.
Because he's putting up posts. He's calling Khamzat. Now, listen, Paulo Costa, in my opinion, he's a good fighter, but he's pulling out posts and he's putting up surgery things and all that. Now, I've gotten a lot of hate for the past 2 years, Ariel, yeah, over my 2 fights I've lost. And so I should. I looked out of shape. I didn't look good. It wasn't the Darren Till that everyone knows is capable of these fights, like with Wonderboy and Whittaker and Gaslam. On that note, Ariel, not once did I always gave credit for the last 2 fights. The better man won. But 2 years ago, as we all know, before the Brunson fight, I shredded my knee to bits. And the other, for the matter of fact, all down to Tom Aspinall. I'm not blaming Tom, but me and Tom were grappling and my knee was destroyed. I kept it quiet until one day before the Derek Brunson fight, and I tried to hide it from the UFC. And they said, Darren, why have you even turned up? And I said, I don't know. That's just me, right? And I don't feel like I get enough credit for this shit because Paulo Costa's putting elbow things up, Sergi this, Sergi that, but playing the big man, mate, you're either a fighter or you're not. Now, all these trolls that troll me more than ever nowadays can say what they like, but I've always came to fight, whether here or there. My coach, Colin Eddam, tried to pull me out the fight at the time. I wouldn't have it. And so it just pisses me off a little bit. Now, I'll get on to it. What's happened is, Ariel, I lost my fight. I spoke to Hunter. Hunter still said to me, Till, I still believe you've got the tools. You just need a little bit of rearranging here, there, everywhere. I said, Hunter, give me some time to think what I want to do with the future because I'm still young, which I know I am. I'm still got my prime years in me. He said, okay, Till. I flew off to Thailand, had a good long think, and I said, Hunter, can I have some time away from the UFC just to get shit in order? Just like stop fighting, worrying about paychecks and this and that and injuries. Can I? And same with you, Ariel. I've always had I know you and Dana don't see eye to eye. And again, that's none of my business. I don't look into that shit. If it's nothing to do with me, I don't really give a fuck about gossiping. I've always had the most straightest relationship with Dana and Hunter. I've said what I've thought, and I've always been straight with them. I've never come out in the media and slagged them once. Okay, sometimes you'll talk about fight or play, this, that, the other, but if I've ever had a problem, I've always said it directly to Dana. And that's the approach I had with them. And what approach did they give me back? They said, Till, we're behind you because you've always been that way with us and we'll be like that with you. I said, thank you, Hunter. When I'm good and ready, you will see me back in that UFC because it is not what money or anything that drives me. I just want to be a good fucking fighter. And I know I've said in the past I want to be great, but I've got to get back to being good first. And I'm still as ever dedicated. People can say what they want. Till looks like it. I'm still the hardest worker in the new gym now, in my boxing gym, full of absolute animal boxers, all professionals, all been there, done it, read the book. You know what I mean? I strive to be great in these gyms. So that's what it was, Ariel. I just wanted some time away from pressure, just to think. And obviously, all this boxing malarkey's come along now. You know, I've been in the gym. The coach, my coach Joe, gave me a chance and a shot. Very impressed by my skills. And now we're going to have a stab at this for the next 2 years, 3 years, maybe. You know, and so that's just the way it was, Ariel. And as I say, the way I've been with you. I wanted to see you one day. It was the same way with Dana. There was none of this coming out in the media. The only thing I was upset by was there was a press release that said I've been let go by the UFC. And I texted Hunter and said, Hunter, come on, mate. He was like, it was algorithms or shit like that. I said, no problem. I'm not going to get angry, but obviously I asked to be released. So that was that. And again, I'm on a new phone number. I haven't spoke to Hunter or Dana for a while, but the relationship's still as strong as ever because one thing in this life, I'm just straight and I'm real with it. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay, so could I ask you, when you asked for your release, did they say, no problem, but you can't go and do X, Y, and Z? Were there any strings attached?
No, not in a sense. They were just like, I sort of made a little promise, but not promise. I sort of said, listen, I don't want to just go off straight away and do MMA. My head's a little bit battered. I just sort of want to be released and see what my options are. And that was, we're talking that was eight months ago. And, I've had some crazy offers since I left by big MMA organisations and I turned them all down. I have been in talks with some of them, but again, I wouldn't go down that disrespectful route of like just signing straight away with the PFL, Would I need the money off these big deals? Fucking right. What do people think where money coming from? Growing off trees? But I feel like I've done it the right way for 8 months now. I've just been in the boxing gym every single day. And so that's it.
Why turn them
short
down?
Words, Ariel.
Why turn down the MMA deals if they're good?
Because I would say, what's the point in saying to Hunter, I need some time off, relieve the pressure, and I go sign with the PFL or Bellator or some big one or something like that. So it just makes no sense to say that shit.
Are you not interested in fighting in MMA outside of the UFC, in other words?
I mean, I could say whatever to your area, but imagine someone said, now there's 2 million to fight. You're going to
Sure.
take it, aren't you?
Are
Money
you allowed
talks,
to
and
take that deal if presented to you?
I
Or,
would, yeah, 100%, yeah. I mean, I
okay.
don't know whether Dana and Hunter might come along and say, there's a stipulation here, but I don't think they would. But as I say, yeah, I'm sure I am. But I haven't accepted nothing up until now. I will be accepting most probably the offer that the Misfits are going to give me to punch Mike Perry all over the ring.
Okay. So,
Okay. Come on, Ariel.
okay. So you are now focused on boxing, right? That's what you want. The next time we see you compete will be in a boxing match.
I mean, 99% unless I get the craziest offer ever from something else. But yeah, most likely, yeah.
Okay. And is it most likely that you would sign with Misfits? I mean, you said you were sitting next to Eddie Hearn. Like, are you looking to go down this sort of crossover boxing route, or are you looking to go down the traditional route?
Well, both, Ariel, because I know I can go down the traditional route. My coaches have told me that, and I've sparred with all these good professionals. And I mean, listen, yeah, but would I be a fool to turn down some of the offers coming my way, like Perry coming from bare knuckle and me coming in to fight him? Some of the YouTuber influencers, your Jake Pauls, your KSIs, your stuff like that. So even Tommy, okay, Tommy's a crossover from boxing to I'm crossover from MMA. Me and Tommy make a lot of sense as well, and Tommy would take that fight. So yeah, Ariel.
Okay.
That's it in short words.
Mike Perry told me that there was some talk of you guys in BKFC, but you didn't want to do BKFC. Is that accurate?
Oh, he's completely right.
Okay.
Let's just Till tells no lies, Ariel. You know that.
Yeah.
But there's a reason behind it.
Okay.
Because I feel like if I was to go in the BKFC now, it is brutal and it's a phenomenal sport. But that's sort of when you're calling it the end. Because you get fucked up, you're fucking your hands up, taking them big shots with no gloves. That's when you're sort of saying, this is the end. Now, I'm not saying that directly about Perry. But yeah, I would fight in the BKFC. But I would probably fight in it when I believe there's nothing left and I'm just in it for wars and money and shit like that. So he's fucking damn right, Perry. But that doesn't mean I'm fucking scared here. Come on, son.
Okay.
You see me Saturday.
What was that like?
What?
What was that like on Saturday? I saw the video of you guys seeing each other. It looked like it was friendly, but then there was a little bit of alpha male stuff going on. Like, how would you describe the interaction?
It is what it is. Like, I've seen him. I'm quite upset with one thing he said earlier.
Okay.
Right. And I get it. I do get it from a man's perspective, and obviously a woman's. The raw dog thing.
Yes, he told me that on Wednesday.
I've upset a lot of people, haven't I, Ariel?
Yes.
Over the years. I have. I've upset a lot of people. Now, do I regret it? Yes and no. But at the time, it was just an easy target, and it was just, if we were going to fight back then, it was so easy to get into his head about it. But since then, I know he said he hates me to you, which I didn't like, because I don't hate Mike Perry. I respect Mike Perry for the man he is. And now he's got a beautiful baby with his girlfriend, Lattery. And I wish them all health and happiness. If he still hates me, that's okay. But when I see Perry in the ring or outside, I can't help but not hate him. And that's why when we seen each other, it was a bit back and forth, but we ultimately shook hands. And so that's just the way it is with Perry.
Is he your top choice for your first fight post UFC? Is that the one you want?
Maybe second fight. I would like to dip my toe in first and just get a little fight.
Okay.
And then obviously do a bit. Listen, Ariel, this is how I see it as well. Right? You've got the MMA community, the boxing community, and you've got the general community. That Perry fight's a fucking big fight. It's 6 years in the making.
Mm-hmm.
People want to see that fight. And if that's promoted and done in the right way, that can be big.
Now, why does it have to be in boxing and not in MMA? Like, I kind of want to see you guys in MMA.
So do I, but let's do boxing first. We've both left the UFC. We're both practically boxing. Let's do it boxing. Like, we practically wouldn't take each other down anyway. We didn't when we sparred all them years ago. We just dropped our hands and just punched holes in each other. So, I mean, I won, obviously, but...
Did you win?
Till this day, Ariel, I've never said... Because I'm not about that.
You just said you won.
It was just...
You just said you won.
No, listen, it was a good back and forth. He cut me. You heard the guy who done the interview. He thinks I won, so we'll leave it at that.
Mike Malott.
Yeah, I don't think you can take anything away from sparring. Like, me and Leon have sparred. I've sparred Leon's brother. I've sparred Sean Strickland. I've sparred Khamzat. I've sparred all around the world. Just because you beat someone in sparring doesn't mean you beat them in the fight. Like, me and Sean Strickland went to a boxing gym once and done 12 rounds. We just punched each other around the ring. That doesn't mean one or the other's going to win.
Sure.
Obviously, we both think we're going to win, but sparring, this is why I hate all these. And Americans do it mostly. I'm not hating on America, but they'll have trained with each other in the past and they talk about sparring stories.
Yeah.
And it's just so numbly. Obviously, there is things you can take from it, but ultimately, them bright lights and the big stage, it's so different from sparring. I feel anyway.
Mm-hmm. Are you and Khamzat still friends?
Of course. We're good. Just like he's moved now to what? You're cold.
Who's that?
Go on then, jump in. It's just a home. Go on, jump in then.
It's a homeless person? What?
Yeah, go on. You got food? Yeah. Make sure your phones are on silent. Yeah, that's interrupting my interview. Yeah, he's. I think he was telling me he's moved like to Dubai for like certain reasons and that he feels better over there and stuff like that. I don't know whether he's going to come back to Europe, but yeah, he come to England a few months ago and I seen him and it was good to rekindle our little Smash Bros friendship.
Okay.
And I can't wait for Saturday. Saturday.
Do you have a deal with Misfits?
Getting close.
Would it be fair to say that it's looking like the next time you fight it will be under their umbrella?
More than likely, yeah. Unless Eddie pulls his finger out of his pocket.
Have you talked to Eddie?
I like Eddie.
Have you had a conversation,
like
a serious conversation with him about this?
More or less, yeah. He wants to speak, and I would like to speak to Eddie. I like the way he does things.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. And so
he is.
My understanding is Mike is fighting in BKFC in December. Does that mean we're not seeing you until 2024 compete? Or are you going to fight?
No, I'm trying to compete now in November, December. As I say, get a fight, whatever. Just get me toe wet again. And then probably I will be looking for the Perry fight next year. I want to make a big thing of it. I know he does, Yeah,
okay.
That's it. Let's see who can grab that up. More than likely, Misfits will want to make that fight, but that fight can be made anywhere, anyhow. It'll sell no matter what. I just think it would be massive here in the UK. Every time I fought in the UK in the UFC, I've sold it out the quickest. I think the only one that's beat me was when Tom and Paddy and Molly fought in the UFC last year. But other than that, like when I fought at the UFC in Liverpool, sold it out quickest ever. Same thing in London. So I think I've still got little spark.
Does it?
Of course, yeah.
Is it her? Is like not that long ago. I was there when you fought Tyron Woodley for the welterweight title, and then you have some tough moments. But like, in your 30, it's unbelievable that you're 30. You know, like it feels like you've been around forever. And so
that's why I
mentally,
say,
how have you been dealing with this? Like, because everyone wants to shit on you when you're down. They want to kick you when you're down.
Yeah, they do. And I'm not even going to say I've come back from it, man. It's tough. Ariel, it's really tough. It's tough. And, it's like, it is hard. It's like you get brought up so quick and fast. And I've had me moments, when I beat Gaslam and the Whittaker fight and Wonderboy and Cowboy, and then even like when I fought the likes of Masvidal, when I just destroyed him until he knocked me out. And it's, even in the second round with Dricus, I was showing that and again. But I've had me tough moments here. I know that. And I don't know, man. What do you say about it? Like, that's why I get so angry at the Paulo Costa situation. Like, he's, for what, a year now, just said this and that, and then just puts up this elbow thing like I've had surgery. Like, mate, we're not asked. Honestly, really, Ariel, we're not asked. I ain't asked. You give it to Barry McGuigan and you shit yourself. By the way, the Barry McGuigan means you give it the big one. You give it the big I am and you shit yourself. You pulled out the fight. You said it was the UFC. Do what I did. If no one believes me now, go and ask the UFC staff, Heather and all them guys. They'll tell you. I even remember after the Derek Brunson fight when he come in the UFC centre and was like, Till's ACL's not fucked. And Heather went, yeah, we've done a scan. He's got no ligaments left. And he was like, oh, really? Yeah. He didn't tell no one. He only told us the day before, and he asked us to inject him so he wouldn't feel no pain. Like, I'm not trying to get no sympathy here, but if you're going to fight. If you're going to give it to Barry McGuigan, fight. Don't be putting up stupid surgery shots like, oh, especially the shit you've said, and pull out a week before and ruin possibly one of the biggest events of the year. Like, I ain't into all that area. People can say what they want. Darren got beat, Darren's this, Darren's that, Darren's fat, this, that, yeah. But I've never not turned up. I've never, ever not turned up. And if I've pulled out of a fight, you can have a good, sure, goddamn reason that it probably wasn't even on my doing. It was either my coach Collins or the UFC or something like that. Like, you're either a fighter, mate, or you're not.
When you fight again, what weight will it be at?
Fuck me, I don't know, Ariel. That sushi was lovely just then. I don't know. Was that sushi nice?
You're big now.
Yeah, I am. But as I say, I'm big and I'm in shape. It's not like I'm big and fat. Like,
sure.
I could show you a picture like of me when I went to Liam Smith's fight in January in Manchester, and then from Saturday, and you can just see my body change completely, made a massive shift. Like, I've really been working hard this year. I got a little belly, but who didn't? Mike Tyson, all the greats had I'm not saying I'm a great like them, I'm saying they all had a little belly.
But like, what would you be? What would you be like in the 200s?
Yeah, well, I can probably make 190, 195, something like that. That's a good weight. Perry's fighting at 190, shit like that. So this shit can be done. And again, Ariel, honestly, really, I don't care about weights either.
No,
like,
I know. I was just curious.
This weight shit.
What do you make of people who say that you're on the stuff? I see people saying that to you. On the juice.
What stuff?
You know, the juice. They say
on the juice.
Yeah.
If they're not saying I'm on drugs, they're saying I'm on the juice. What is it? Make your minds up. Like, I see everyone's comments from Saturday. Darren Till's coked up. Really?
They said I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I seen it. Like, everyone was saying, I'm like, go back and look at these interviews, mate. No, I've had about 10 forged Irish stouts. That's what was up. Like, come on, dude. Ariel, I made the trolling. Like, you know me, I've trolled everyone for years. And I get trolled hard myself. I've had to take it. Sometimes it's fucking hard to take, because sometimes these trolls say some real things and you're like, fuck, he's right.
Yes, I know. I know from experience. I know from experience.
Yeah, you 10-7'd me and I was like,
yeah.
Oh, wait. You 10-7'd me. Can you see me?
I can see you, yeah.
Yeah, you 10-7'd me and I was like, wow. Tough to come back from this one. Like, I gave you so much shit for years, and then one day you just ruined me.
And it was Dillon Danis, actually. The tweet was about Dillon Danis, amazingly, coincidentally.
Getting compared to him was just, it broke me. Getting compared to him.
You know what hurt me about that? Could I just say, you called me the worst thing to ever happen to MMA. And
No, but you know that was me trolling.
No, but you know what?
The phone number thing.
But no. But here's the thing, Darren. I woke up, I remember, I'll never forget, I'm in Montreal, I just had my 40th birthday party, and I wake up to a tweet from you, like a mate, if I will, calling me the worst thing to happen to MMA, and I was like, what? Why? What did I do to deserve this?
You're making me cringe for myself. I'm getting embarrassed for myself.
Why?
Just like you. No, Ariel, if we're gonna have it out for the culture and for ourselves, because we've had a good standing relationship, and as I said to you, I know you've had your spiffs with fucking Dana, and I know you had the spiffs with Paddy and stuff like that. That's none of my business. Me and you've always got along well. But I agree. That thing I said about the worst thing that happened, that was me wrong. I agree with the phone number thing. I took it a tad too far. But as I said earlier, after that, you got mad with me. We never spoke, but I never came out publicly ever, said anything, never tweeted you. I actually muted your tweets on Twitter so I would never say anything like, because I knew we weren't on good terms. Because I did want to see you one day. So that's what time it was.
I appreciate that. And I've never said anything about you either. I've never taken any shots. I've never talked,
Are you sure?
What did I say?
No, you haven't.
What did I say?
No, you haven't.
I haven't said a thing. I wish the best for you. I really do.
No, I know.
Okay, so this is good. So you're coming back maybe this year, likely under Misfits Boxing. Is there an opponent? If the first one isn't Perry, is there an opponent in mind?
Yeah, I just think, the first one can be whoever. Just both of us to get our feet wet, whoever it wants to be. If it wants to be an influencer, YouTuber, that type of thing. It doesn't really matter. It's obviously, I wanna get this Perry fight on this. We both want to Sorry, we both want to get it on. I think it's going to be good for the culture. And as I say, Ariel, I'm fucking sick of repeating myself. I've been through a lot of tough times. I've had these tough little runs, but I'm hoping deep down, dedication, honest hard work, confidence, I can turn it all around, and I know I can, because I know when I'm in the gym and doing these things now, I'm special with it, so I know I've got it.
I believe in you. I believe in you truly.
Listen, I remember when Khabib had a fucking long layoff for
He did.
3 years, and he was considering retirement. I remember when Leon couldn't even get a fight for years, and it was just like, now look, Leon Edwards is the UFC welterweight world champion. I remember there was a time there when he thought I was going to be the champion. It was always like,
It's true. But as a wise man from Liverpool once said, times are tough and friends are few. Tarata fucking you, right?
How the fuck do you know that guy?
Come on, that guy's a legend. He looks just like you. Last question. Will you ever fight in the UFC? Again.
Isn't he? Yes, 100%.
Wow.
I want to go back to MMA. Obviously, I haven't been training MMA. Now, my last time training MMA was probably in Thailand, and then before in Team Carbon. Yeah, hoping, a few years down the line, get back with the gang and make another fucking a run at it. I want to. I don't really strive for I want to make a lot of money, but in the UFC, it wouldn't be about the money. I want to fucking make some good fucking fights in there again. That's what I'd want to do.
You got to finish the story. There was a story that started. It's incomplete at the moment.
It's a good story.
Yeah, you're taking a bit of a side quest here.
I think a lot of people as well, even watching this, want the Darren Till story to be a good one in the end. I think they do.
Everyone does. Everyone does, Darren. You're one of the great characters in the sport, and I think a lot of people are rooting for you. And this is lovely. This really warms my heart. I love you. I'm rooting for you. I have forgiven you, just like Logan forgave Dillon. I have forgiven you.
Did he forgive Dillon?
Well, he said it right at the beginning of the fight. He said, I forgive you. He was mouthing that to him. I forgive you. I forgive you. And then he told me, yeah. He said he had to forgive him. He said he had to forgive him so that he wouldn't fight with emotion, which I kind of understand. If it's actually true, I don't know, but interesting. He didn't want to fight with emotion.
It was rough. It was just rough what Dillon did to Logan before the fight with that.
Oh, it's horrible. I don't know if he truly forgave him, but I think he had to kind of convince himself before the fight. It is rough. It is rough. Now he's appealing it. Dillon's appealing it. Do you hear this?
Let's just forget about Dillon Danis. Or I'll get my good friend Gordon. Gordon Ryan knows what time it is.
Darren, much love. Good to see you.
Thank you, Ariel. It was good to see you.
Yeah, it was really good.
Can I have your phone number?
Absolutely not. We're just going to go through DM for now. We need to build this back up, okay?
I was going to make a wife joke there, but I can't be falling out with you again.
No, come on. We're just getting started. Just leave it for a couple more interviews, okay? Much love. Keep us posted. Good luck, and thanks for jumping on. I appreciate it.
Thank you, mate. See you later.
Welcome back. There he is. Darren Till. How nice is that? Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You could get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.